What every country in the world is best at. Alright, we're gonna watch this video, then we're gonna go do something.
Every country is the best or the worst at something. So what is your specific country best or worst at in the entire world? Half of the countries in the world are in this video, while the next half will be in next week's video called Part 2. So we'll continue in alphabetical order by going to Afghanistan first, which produces the most opium in the world. 90% of world heroin contains opium produced here. Albania has the highest number of military bunkers per capita in the world. There are 5.7 bunkers every square kilometer, or 1 bunker for every 18 people in the country. Algeria is the largest country in the world, which has 0% of their territory made up of water. Andorra has the highest life expectancy in the world at an amazing 81.1 years. Angola has the highest infant mortality rate in the world at 96 deaths for every 1,000 births. Antigua and Barbuda has the lowest suicide rate anywhere in the world and was the only country in 2015 to not report a single suicide. Argentina has the highest consumption of beef per capita, with people consuming an average 65.2 kilograms.
Dude, like 4 of my friends in real life are Argentina. Chad, they eat so much beef, man. So much. This is so true. 100% true.
Grams per year. Armenia has the longest non-stop cable car ride that stretches for 5.6 kilometers in length. Australia has the highest recorded number of fatal shark attacks, reporting 259 fatal incidents since 1900. Meanwhile, Austria has the most paid time off for employees in the world, up to 43 days per year.
Wow. Hey, chat. Anyone want to be a part-timer?
Azerbaijan has the largest percentage of territory covered by mud volcanoes. About half of all mud volcanoes in the world are located here, so congratulations. The Bahamas has the lowest business tax rate in the world, 0%, while Bahrain has the lowest individual tax rate in the world, also 0%. Bangladesh has the most rivers in the world. There are over 700 inside the country. Belarus has the highest amount of alcohol consumed per capita in the world. 17.5 liters are consumed per person per year. Belgium, meanwhile, has the highest individual tax rate in the world, up to 64%. Bhutan.
Who lives in Belgium in this stream? 64% on taxes. Oh my god. Who lives in Belgium? Come on, chat, show yourselves. Jesus, boys, what we doing?
Bhutan has the largest percentage of their population involved in agriculture, over 80% of the population. Bolivia is the largest producer of Brazil nuts, so again, congrats. While Bosnia and Herzegovina has the largest number of landmines per capita in the world.
Landmines?
152 landmines for every square kilometer of the country. Botswana is the world's largest producer of diamonds, and Brazil has the most FIFA World Cup victories with 5 total wins so far. Brunei has the lowest public debt in the world, and Bulgaria is the world's largest producer of rose oil. Burundi has the lowest GDP per capita, just $277 per person per year. Cambodia is the most Buddhist country in the world at about 97% of the population, while Cameroon has the highest business tax rate in the world, 38.5%. Canada is the most educated country in the world, with 54% of the population completing some form of tertiary education. Meanwhile, the Central African Republic is ranked as the least happiest country in the world. Chad has the highest maternal death at childbirth ratio, and Chile has the record for the strongest recorded earthquake, a 9.5 on the Richter scale. China produces the most CO2 emissions of any country, but also produces.
Chat, do you know how crazy a 9.5 earthquake is? Do you guys know like how insane that is? 9.5?
Produces the most gross renewable energy in the world. Colombia is the largest producer of cocaine, producing 495 tons in 2015. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has the highest percentage of its population suffering from undernourishment, 75%. The next door Republic of the Congo, meanwhile, consumes the least electricity in the world. Costa Rica has the highest environmental happiness among their citizens, while Côte d'Ivoire is the largest producer of cocoa at 1/3 of the global supply. Croatia, meanwhile, leads the world in the number of kidney transplants, while Cuba has the most baseball World Cup victories with 25 gold medals. Cyprus has the oldest woman who ever paraglided, who is 104 years old. And the Czech Republic is the most atheist country in the world at 75% of the entire population. population. Denmark is ranked as the least corrupt country in the world, and Ecuador has the most biodiversity per square kilometer of any country.
How do you rank corruption? Like, I wish they would tell us how they rank corruption. How do we know they're the least corrupt? That was actually a question I had to start the stream today. Who's the least corrupt? But I guess that's the stat.
Country on Earth. Egypt is the most heavily mined country with over 23 million active mines, while Eritrea has the highest number of child workers. Estonia has the most women per man in the world, 0.84 men for every 1 woman. Ethiopia has the most expensive internet in the world.
Chat, what country was that? Eritrea. Okay, well, maybe we'll take a little vacation there, chat.
For every 1 woman. Ethiopia has the most expensive internet in the world, and Fiji has the best performance at the Rugby World Cup Sevens, winning twice. Finland has the highest coffee consumption in the world at 2.64 cups of coffee per day per person. France, at the same time, is the most visited country on the planet. She received 86.3 million tourists in 2015 alone. Gabon has the highest number of sun-tailed monkeys, and Gambia is ranked as the least militarized country on Earth. Georgia is the largest producer of khachapuri, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, and 88% of their population prefers it over pizza. Germany has won the most Winter Olympic medals in history, and Greece has the highest consumption of olive oil at 26.1 kilograms per person per year. Guatemala is the largest producer of the spice called cardamom, while Guinea has the world's largest aluminum ore reserves. Guyana has the highest suicide rate in the world for women, 15.5 suicides for every 100,000 women. Haiti.
What? That's so high, chat. What? What country was that? Guyana. I've never heard of this country.
For women.
Wow.
15.5 suicides for every 100,000 women. Haiti has the world's smallest military with only 50 total soldiers. And Honduras has the highest murder rate in the world at 84.6 people murdered per 100,000. Meanwhile, Hungary has the highest per capita number of porn stars. And Iceland has...
Chat, man. Yeah, chat would know a little bit about that, right, chat? You guys probably already knew that stat.
The highest percentage
Don't act like you didn't know.
Users, 92%
well, I missed
of the population, and Iceland has the highest percentage of internet users. 92% of the population is connected to the internet.
Really?
India produces the most movies in the world at 1,255 films in 2011.
What's the movie called, chat? Great movie. Hotel... what's it called? We were talking about this like a year ago, chat. What's the movie called? Hotel Mumbai.
While Indonesia has the shortest average height in the world, 5 feet 2 inches for men and 4 feet 10 inches for women. Iran has the largest number of former capital cities, 32, so, I mean, figure it out, guys. And Iraq has the highest capital city. Iran has the largest number of former capital cities, 32, so, I mean, figure it out, guys. And Iraq has the highest number of terrorist activities in the world. Ireland has won Eurovision the most times of any country, 7 times. While Israel spends the most amount of time on social media.
Not true. Not true. This is America. Not true.
11.1 hours per person per month. Italy has the largest...
Wait, how much?
11.1 hours per person per month. Italy has the largest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 51 total, while Jamaica is home to the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt. Japan has the highest number of 3-star Michelin restaurants, 31 total, and Jordan has the lowest point below sea level, -428 meters. In addition to being the #1 exporter of potassium, Kazakhstan has the highest consumption of salt in the world. Kenya is the world's largest producer of black tea, and Kuwait has the world's highest valued currency, the dinar, only one of which is equal to 3.3 US dollars. Meanwhile, Latvia has the highest literacy rate in the world at 99.9% of their population, while Lebanon has the highest number of refugees per capita. There is 1 refugee for every 5 citizens that lives in the country. Meanwhile, Lesotho produces the highest percentage of their electricity from renewable energy, 100% of it. Liberia has the highest number of deaths caused by the Ebola virus. Libya has statistically the most dangerous roads to drive on in the world, and finally, Liechtenstein is the only country in the world you can actually rent for the totally affordable price of $70,000 per night. What would you do?
Wait, what? You can rent the country? Did I just hear that right?
Liechtenstein is the only country in the world you can actually rent for the totally affordable price of $70,000 per night. What would you do with an entire country you rented out for a few nights? You could host your own concert for the country's 37,000 residents, but for that, you'd actually need to know a little bit about music production and audio work.
Chat, start the GoFundMe.
What better place to
Lithuania, which has the fastest public Wi-Fi speeds in the world at 16.6 megabytes per second. Hopping over to Luxembourg, we discover that they have the highest annual wages in the world. The average worker here earns $60,369 per year. Faraway Madagascar has the highest commercial bank prime lending rate at 61%, and Malaysia has the world's tallest twin buildings, the Petronas Towers at 452 meters high each. At the same time, the Maldives has the lowest highest point among all countries. 2 meters above sea level is as far up as you can get without being in a building. Meanwhile, Mali has the least amount of police officers per capita, only 38 officers per 100,000 people. Malta is ranked as the most generous country in the world since 83% of their population donates to some kind of charity.
Yeah, we know the other 17%.
Of their territory made up of water, 98.47%. Back over in Mauritania, we can discover the most Islamic country in the world. It's estimated that nearly 100% of the country's population are Muslims. And tiny Mauritius has the highest percentage of Hindus outside of South Asia.
This is like the smallest looking country. Let me hear this.
And tiny Mauritius has the highest percentage of Hindus outside of South Asia, consisting of 48.5% of their population. Mexico is ranked as the hardest working country in the world, where each worker spends an average of 2,246 hours working per year.
2,246. Average person works a fourth of the day? I guess, something like that? Fourth of the day? Yeah, fourth of the day.
Or about 25% of the entire time that exists in a full year.
I think that's true.
Micronesia has the highest coastline to area ratio, 8,706 meters of coastline per square kilometer of land area, and Moldova has the highest rate of people leaving cities, since their urban population had a negative 1.5% growth rate last year. Monaco, meanwhile, is the most densely populated country in the world with 19,000 people per square kilometer, while Mongolia is
Well, never mind.
The least populated country with less than 2 people per square kilometer on average.
2 people per kilometer? I couldn't live here, man. I would go crazy. I would go nuts, chat. I would go nuts per square kilometer.
Montenegro has the highest smoking rate in the world, where each adult smokes 4,125 cigarettes per year.